Right, guys, welcome to Back the Pack. We are here post-match. Don't have much to say. Here with Umar Bhai as always. It's me, Asim. We're dejected. We're disappointed. And Ro, what do you want to say about this?
I haven't got words. 120 balls to get 120 runs. Yeah, the pitch wasn't exactly batting friendly. We saw that in the India innings. But personally, for me, I think we bottled it. There was times when I thought, this is going to be a walk in the park at some point. I mean, you never take an Indian bowling attack lightly. Sorry, but the start that we got, the partnerships that we started building, we started building a nice base, and it was for us to lose. And in terms of the bowling department, there's nothing bad that I can really say. I think everyone put in a good sort
It's
of.
not fair to put it on them.
Yeah, and they've done
day.
that. In terms of, for me, it was just again the batting collapse, and the running between the wickets was poor. I still think that. I think when we opened with Babar and Riz, Pakistan went. They went into a bit of a safety net
Like a
by
show.
opening with them. You go into a safety net because you're kind of guaranteed pretty much that they'll give you a good
Yeah,
start.
like a decent base,
but
like
they're
you
not
say.
gonna. But they won't be giving you like. It won't be like, say, I don't know, in the power play, you're not going to finish on about 60, 70 runs with them. But the chances of you still having 0 wickets lost is a big chance, which is good. So yeah, I think the start was good. I still feel Fakhr should have been opening. I think a left hand, right hand combination makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You saw when India were batting and they kept losing wickets, they kept sending a lefty when there was a right arm bowler because they knew that the combination of left arm, right arm, it's difficult to adjust your line.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you got to keep adjusting your field, your line.
Yeah, and they struggled a little bit to get used to the left and right hand combo. But I think that was Fakhr should have been up there. But anyway, look, I'm disappointed. I'm really frustrated. I think I was happy that Imad came in, thinking that there's going to be stability, thinking that he should really take us over the line. But that was a pathetic innings, a real pathetic innings, and I'm going to call it out. I think Iftikhar is an absolute waste man. He is a total waste man. He has not won us a single game. Yeah, he's never finished a game. He has no potential to finish a game. For some reason, us, the fans out there, the media people, have put him on such a high pedestal for God knows what reason, because he is absolute rubbish, right? He cannot bowl, he cannot bat, he cannot field. Yeah. Unfortunately, the problem that we have is we do not have a reserve bench. We don't have anyone that we can put in his place. We just have nothing.
Well, I don't know, bro. I just want to cut you off there, bro, just because obviously, look, first of all, emotions are high.
Yeah.
Right? We just finished the game. I was hoping, we didn't do an episode after the USA game. Also, emotions were very high after that game. So I was hoping that we would have something positive to take from this game. And, don't get me wrong, like we say, bowling-wise, there's a little bit of a positive to take, but there's no point in having that bowling set up if you can't even bat and get yourself.
But you can't deny that Iftikhar is a waste man.
But that beside, I don't know if we don't have any options. We do have options.
What options do we have?
Even if we were to try other people,
like
Ayub, Simon
Ayub is not a finisher.
He's not a finisher, but we don't have anything else. So
I'm talking about having a middle order.
But we don't have
that's my point.
Hardest.
We don't have. He's not middle order.
But we need somebody in it.
Yeah, but we don't have anyone.
But you're talking from a perspective of, look, how many batsmen around the world, they're open for domestic club, whatever. but they don't necessarily do the same for the international team.
I totally
So
understand
we
that.
should be able to adjust. You know, like, I mean, I'm going to use a football analogy again, but you've got so many examples of good players who started off in one position and then they played a different position. If you're a good
Yeah,
player,
you can
you
move
can
up and
adjust your
down.
game. If
Yeah, I
they're a
get that.
solid game, if they've got a solid game,
Yeah.
obviously we wanted to, Barber for a reason wants to come down the order for that stability further down the order. Even once again, we tried Rizwan further down the order. That's the reason we've been trying to, mix it up and all that. The openers haven't been doing it, which is why we brought them back in. In this, especially because it's a tournament, I don't think we've had, we haven't had success with anybody else.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's that we don't have anybody else. I just think that we've not taken the chances when we should have in the series that were coming into it, where we could have mixed it up a little bit more, tried different players, because like you say, we've stuck with Iftikhar.
Too long.
We've
It's
stuck
been
with
too
other
long.
players as well. I mean, Azam Khan was stuck in that team. Obviously,
But
finally
again,
he came out.
but again, the likes of Azam, the likes of Ifti, these guys have been around for a very long time. I mean, Azam probably in and out fine, but Iftikhar has been around for a good couple of World Cups now. And honestly speaking, he's not done nothing. He's forget the World Cup. Even in like series, he hasn't. He was brought in to give you the replacement for Hafiz and Shoaib Malik
Shoaib
and stuff.
Malik's.
But he honestly, he's just as bad as them.
Bro, I was gonna have this conversation with you earlier, but look, some of the shows I've watched over the last few days after the USA game, they were talking about bringing back Umar Akmal and things like that. So this is where the desperation comes in. But this is where I'm saying that why can't we adjust and adapt players into a position where, okay, if you're a solid batsman, if you've got the foundation, in theory, it shouldn't be that you can only play an opener or you can only play as a middle order. You should, if you're a top quality batsman, you should be able to move up and down the order, in my opinion. And especially at this level, if we're running out of options, so to speak, I can't believe that there's no one in the setup that.
No, unfortunately, there isn't. And
There's no one in the team that they've selected, possibly.
Exactly my point.
In the setup as a whole, there are options.
So go back to the drawing boards. You go back to our domestic cricket. Yeah, you go back to the Qadi Azam trophies.
Yeah.
You go back to PSLs, etc. Yeah, they are. I'm not saying that there's nothing there. There is, but I'm saying that we have nothing that we can go to and say, right, we're gonna take this person, we're gonna groom him, get him ready, and bring him in. Yeah. We like to sit with comfort, and the comfort at the moment was this squad that was here. I mean, think about it. We didn't even bring any traveling reserve players because we don't have it. We just don't have it. Now you can't go back and bring in anyone.
Yeah,
because it's too late. Yeah.
And you can see, obviously, they were showing in the crowd that the Indian, they've got their traveling players sitting up there watching the game.
Players, yeah.
I mean, I don't know really where to direct the conversation, because obviously, like I say, look,
let's direct it back to the game. Let's go back to the game.
Bro, we can vent, right? We can vent and we can stress and be emotional about the outcome. Look, no one, at the end of the day, bro, we wanted to come into this having beaten USA. And then this one would have been the typical, okay, we're going to play India. We could win, we could lose, but as long as we beat Canada, we're all right, right? We'll be top two. And we would have settled for that. Because we came in with the loss, it put even more pressure on us. The players turned up in a way in terms of the bowlers, like I say, they showed intent. The nerves, though, when it came to the batting, like I say, I don't know why the pressure with the run rate so low, why the pressure was on someone like Fakhr coming down the wicket playing that madness at that point.
Let's talk through the dismissals quickly, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll go with Usman, right? For me, I'm not going to blame him because it's a huge occasion for him.
Yeah.
It's India, Pakistan. It's like the mother of all games.
And he still put something on the board, bro.
And mate, I will stick with him.
He kept it ticking. Yeah.
You keep sticking with people like that, Simon. You keep sort of giving them a bit more chance and stuff. So yeah, that dismissal of Usman Khan's, to be fair, it was a poor shot selection.
It was
because
in the context, especially with the way the chase was going.
The ball is turning. You're playing on your back foot. Not really smart idea.
Well, you skipped out Babar, bro.
I'm gonna get to Babar.
Okay.
Because I like to go in bit more in depth with Babar.
Okay, go on.
So for me, like I said, Usman Khan, that wasn't very smart. But I will forgive him for that. Babar, I'll be honest with you, as much as I love him, I'm not gonna forgive him for that shot. It was a nothing shot.
In this, once again, it's in the situation.
It was a nothing shot. It was either you leave it or you play it. You play a half-hearted shot. It was pathetic.
When the runs are flowing,
exactly
the confidence was flowing. I think he just hit a boundary. Like it's
I will always defend Barber because I'm a massive advocate for him. But when something is wrong, I'm a realist. I'll call it as it is. Yeah, and that was pathetic. It was pathetic, right?
The thing is, it's not a slight on his ability.
No,
because that's why we hold him to such high standards, bro.
It's called the game, the sense of the game from here. And even for example, Rizwan, yeah, looked solid, yeah. Bumrah's just come back.
Yeah, first ball.
What are you thinking? And you know that pitch in New York, yeah, I'll be honest, is disastrous. Yeah, it's absolute chaos, that wicket. Yeah, you don't know what you're gonna get in the 6 deliveries that ballers gonna ball. So you know you're getting up, down, low bounce, high bounce, no bounce. They hit the ball, it goes high, it'll go on any day, it'll travel through the field, but on here it'll die. It'll just die, right? Fine. You are playing a cross bat shot on the first ball of this guy's new spell, or when he was coming back to. What were you thinking? What are you thinking? We're under the cosh a little bit as it is. You're the only one that's left.
Yeah, you're the one who needs to stay
because you're
in.
set.
Yeah,
you're set. You're in your 30s. You're doing well now. See us through. We didn't need to go out the stands. We didn't need to smash it over the.
It was a runner ball at that point.
It was a runner ball.
Yeah.
You could have placed it all day long. Yeah. And I remember I was saying, I said, if this goes to where the scenario is going to be 30 of 20, it's going to increase. We're going to lose this game. And that's exactly what happened.
And it's the other thing as well. And obviously we were discussing that the bowlers, that they played their bowlers so well.
Very well.
In terms of the overs that they played. We didn't take advantage of the spinning overs at the end.
Nothing.
And that was the one opportunity we had. As soon as we saw it, all of our faces dropped. And because we knew, innit?
Like India bowled smart. Even though, so for Arshdeep was getting a bit of a bashing. Yeah. But look at his smart Sharma's captaincy, right? He held him back a little bit, brought in Bumrah, finished off Siraj quickly, yeah, gave Jaddu a few overs, yeah. Then, what's his name? Akshar Patel. They were just smarter. They were smarter than us.
So talking of captaincy then, bro, obviously Sharma did what he did and did it well.
Brilliant.
Where do we stand on Barber now on his comeback?
Personally, like, listen, I'm not going to say we need to take him off and all that, because that's just typical Pakistani brainless fans as well that will say drop him now. No, what I'm saying is you question the captaincy, you highlight the problems, and then you make a game plan. Yeah. Now in the middle of this World Cup, where let's be honest, one foot is practically on that plane.
Bro, I mean,
back home.
Even if we beat Canada, it doesn't necessarily matter.
Now we're gonna go back to what we always do. We're gonna sit there.
But isn't the scenario now that we need USA to beat India?
It's not gonna really happen unless it's a miracle.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But there's a lot of scenarios, and it's frustrating, isn't it? We're going back to the calculator, and again relying on others to do it for us. So what are we there for? And there's a few bits and bobs that I can reflect back on.
Before we move to that, do you think we deserve to go to the next round? On our first 2 performances, do we even deserve it, bro? Just on the name, I know. Look, bro, listen, we've been there for years, right? And we've watched disappointing first games, Zimbabwe. People have brought it up, as usual. Oh, look, we lost it that year. We lost that year. This time we'll do it again. Does this team, the way we've been playing on the lead into this World Cup, bro? I mean, obviously from our tone, I don't think so, bro. I'll be honest. And I know we all sort of pray that it will click. The World Cup will change us as usual. Competition, Pakistan is different.
They always say Pakistan turns up in a competition somehow, right? But if we're relying on others to get us through, mate, if you look at the Super 8 now, the teams that are going to be into that round, we'd struggle.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get, hopefully, just on that topic, hopefully we're going to get a few of the minnows, or however you want to call it, in the Super 8s, I think. Because
I think so.
They've done well. Scotland's, well, I'm not sure how that game finished, but they look like they'd beat Oman. They're on, I don't know, 2nd or 3rd in their group, whatever. USA is obviously flying high.
USA's flying high, so
there's a 100% chance.
Canada's looking.
Yeah, Canada playing all right. Yeah, I mean they played a good game against USA, to be fair, and won their next one. So
I mean, look, let's go back to the game. Like Imad's dismissal, like I said, just pathetic. I've got no words for that guy. Shadab. Again, did we bowl him?
No.
What's he there for?
Why is he in the team? No, but then. But I did say to you, and the reason he's there is because he performed in the last game with the bat, right? So they kept him as a batsman. But it's hard. What makes it difficult for us, bro? What makes it very difficult for us as a team is our players are so hot and cold now that they'll do the one performance. We'll be like, all right, cool, give them another chance, right? And then they'll come in for the next game. They won't do nothing. Do we drop him now, immediately?
Who?
Shady,
Shadab.
yeah.
Aren't we like a year and a half too late?
That's what I'm saying. Do we drop him now, or is it even worth it? Like, that's my point. Like,
And then what we're doing again?
Who's gonna come
it
in?
comes back to this whole scenario of we don't know. Even now, we still don't know what our best 11 is. It's
And-
so sad that we've had so much time, so much T20 series or whatever we've just had enough gameplay. We still don't know what our best 11 is. And
But
then,
where does the problem start, bro? I mean, I want
where
to
does it
still.
start? It always starts from the top.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
it's still the problem.
We've got a new coach coming in just in time for this tournament. They
I
don't
feel sorry for
know.
him.
They don't know who's who. We don't
No
know
one.
why.
Nothing.
Wahab is there chilling,
He's there chilling
getting
with his
caps and
family.
stuff. I don't
He's
know
with
what's
his
going on.
family.
No, that's fine.
Having
Family to
holiday. They're having
holiday.
holiday
They
right
can.
now.
The point is, he's getting caps at the beginning of the game. I'm not sure what that
Yeah,
was
look,
about.
when this whole scenario on the USA game, whatever happened, yeah, build up to that. The team was being called for dinners and gala dinners and charity events, whatever. They were charging people money to be.
Well, I was about to say, forget
that,
the gala events because
right?
that's okay, maybe an honor. But the fact that they were trying to put on events, charging $25 for you to come and meet
Meet and greet.
the gang,
Yeah,
right?
it's pathetic.
It's
And then even the
horrendous,
night
man.
before this game,
Mm,
they were in Times Square
mm.
shopping and chilling. Again, like we're in shambles, mate. We haven't learned nothing from the 23 World Cup. Okay? We had an opportunity to rebuild, rebrand, regroup, and actually, like every other team that's in the world tournaments, they will work towards the next one and they will put some hard yards in. Yeah. We haven't done that.
I think what's sad to see, bro, is since we've started this podcast, yeah, literally, we've been on a downward.
Fully.
I'm not saying it's our fault, but what's going
We
on?
have.
It's insane. Like, in the past, we always had, like I say, the competition would come and we'd have something to hope for, and we've been there and seen the underdog mentality and all that. But at the moment, I think where we are now, we shouldn't be this way, because if you look at other teams that have been struggling, like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, who I've talked about before, they don't have the players, in my opinion, to warrant that hope. But we've got the players. They're the same. Some of them are the same players. A lot of the core is still there.
Yeah.
And they perform in other competitions. Like Azam Khan, like we've spoken about before, he'll go in and be player of the tournament in CPLs and PSL, wicket keeper of the tournament, and then he'll puts on the green shirt, all gone out the window. I don't know what to say. Like I say, I was actually thinking coming into this podcast that, look, I'm not going to say much. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
I want to say one. There was two full tosses, and it just struck my head. There was two full tosses that should have been creamed, and we couldn't even get those away.
But the pressure was there, innit?
I get it,
but that's why they didn't do anything. At that point, they'd almost lost their wicket about 4 times.
This is what I'm saying. We bottled it. We absolutely bottled the whole thing, and it's just like, even if you take the emotions out, like, just even as a neutral fan, say for example, I bet a neutral fan sitting there thinking, blimey,
yeah,
like,
what's this?
What is this?
And the thing is, that's the thing as well. Like, this is meant to be the game of this tournament, and like India, Pakistan, fanfare, all the stuff.
If you look at it from a box office, this was
it's a good
worth
game.
Every penny for.
It's a good game for the neutral on that respect, because obviously down, up, you want to see that. But unfortunately,
there was no fight in the batting. There was no hunger in the batting. In the bowling, there was so much fight. There was so much hunger. The determination, and you could see
Naseem Shah,
everyone.
bro.
Naseem
caught in bold was
beautiful.
Amazing, bro. That was seeing that, I was like, he's back.
Even Ralph, who looked a bit rusty in the beginning, then came back and he bowled a amazing, latter part of the spell.
Yeah, good spells.
Amir bowled half decent. I think he still needs a lot more from him. But again, I think he's finished anyway.
He's not the Amir of old, bro.
Exactly.
He's not. And then I think, once again, we hold him to that standard of the old Amir.
Yeah, but you're not gonna get that.
Why is He doesn't need to be
But
there.
Rolf was putting some pace
No,
in
Rolf the
today,
TK, because Rolf is still in the prime of his career in theory.
even
But
though he only plays T20s because he's not ready for.
but then this is T20. And this is my point, isn't it? Like at the end of the day, this
Yeah,
should
but
be where
other
he should be shining.
formats of the game, they mentally prepare you.
No, 100%.
And if you're not mentally
100%.
ready,
Yeah.
then it doesn't matter. Even if you play a T10,
Mm.
if you're not mentally ready, there's that
With that
having
four
that.
ball bowler type nonsense.
There's the
Four over
resilience, though, isn't
bowler.
it? There's a resilience.
No,
You
100%.
gotta build it.
Bro, that's yeah.
And you know what? Credit to India. They if you go to their batting, they were poor. But if
Mm.
you go to their defending that
The
score,
response.
I'll be honest with you, true champions.
And the way, look, we picked it up. Obviously, we were watching the game. The smirks on Kohli's face and all that when they saw 120.
Halfway through 120, Kohli had a smile. He
Mm.
knew
This
this
is
is
doable.
gonna be such a difficult strip to bat
Mm.
on.
Yeah.
We're in the game.
So, bro, I think we should park it. I don't want to go on, and I don't really want to put the team down again and again and players and assassinate them. At
No,
the
no,
end
no.
of the day,
We're not gonna.
that's what I'm
We're
saying.
not
We're not about
assassinating
that, and
players.
we're just down.
But
We're
I'm
down.
gonna no. But where is what is wrong is wrong.
Yeah,
I will
yeah.
call it as it is.
But we covered it.
We have covered
That's what I'm
it.
saying. Next
No,
game,
but I'm not sorry
yeah,
for outing the bad
yeah, that's fine. That's
performance
fine. That's fine.
and the poor captaincy.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
is,
No, and that's why we're highlighting it. That's why we're highlighting it. But okay, so one game left. We have to do something just for the sake of our pride. Um, I yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to predict because I don't know what's going to happen on that day. It could go either way. I'll be honest with you, bro. The way they played against USA, they played well. But
But it's in New York again.
this is Canada I'm talking about, by the way.
No,
But
I'm saying
yeah, it's in New York. It's
not,
going to be tricky.
Mm.
We should get at least a victory to go home to. Who knows what might happen? Like we said, calculators out. Who knows what will happen? But let's, you know what I'm saying? I think, to be honest, I think unless you've got anything else to add, bro, I think we can call it a close. I was close to calling the USA game the death of our team and the death of our. This is it, bro. Like after this, God knows what's going to happen. We've seen so much happen between the last tournament and here in terms of owner, the management changes, this, that, and the other. Just a gun mess,
But
right?
well, that gun's gonna happen again.
That's what I'm saying.
It's gonna
So
happen
I
again.
am not. I'm willing to sit here and be like, look, we're going to be there. Obviously, we're going to be there, supporting, backing the pack, all that stuff, yeah.
100%.
And we get into it, and this is why we get so emotional. Is that we literally sat there, bro, and
Painful.
it's too much, man.
And
You know what I mean?
I want to put a message out to the likes of Mohsin Naqvi, who gave a press conference just prior to the World Cup when they were having that Shandar dinner before the Oval game, and he said, "Please don't say nothing to this team for a month." He was mentally preparing everyone to say, "We're going to be
Something's going to
shambles,
happen,
yeah, and just let it be. I'm on the payroll. I'm making good money here.
yeah. Leave me be.
Let me be. Wahab's loving life.
Mm.
He's got his whole family there. Yeah, so it's all a political joke, right? And who takes the brunt of it is the nation,
And
the fans, the
bro.
country. You've got
Bro, the nation. I mean, we talk about the nation. I mean, we talk about nation. Okay, the people, yes, but unfortunately, the state of the nation is a reflection of what's happening in our team, and it's directly linked. And we can't shy away from it. I don't want to get political, but we
I'm not
can't
going to
shy
get
away
political,
from the
but
fact that this is all the cause of
I
that.
can imagine the likes of the true Captain right now sitting behind those four walls, smashing his head against the wall, thinking, look at the state of my country, look at the state of my cricket team, and look at the state of where this is going to go from here. And, I'm not going to get political, but some dark days are coming for Pakistan in terms of the sports, country put to one side, the cricket right now, we're in a dark place and it's going to go darker. And I sometimes, as much as it hurts, I think to myself, I wish we get banned for a couple of years just to either rejig totally, like it happened to SA back in the day, or just
Just a reset.
just a reset because we're not worthy of certain things, and I will always back the pack. That bit don't stop because that's my love, my passion for the game, for the nation, for the team, the star that they wear on that chest. It means a lot to me, and I don't even play for the country, but
But this
you
is what
know
we've been brought up doing, bro. And this is the
exactly.
thing. That's why we're here. That's why we do the
But
show. That's why we do
we gotta
everything.
be real. We
Yeah.
have to be a realist, and the real talk here is that the US game was definitely, like you said, it was the start of our destruction,
Capitulation.
and this I've got no more
Yeah.
words. I will wrap it there.
All right,
Mate.
guys. So yeah, listen, we're gonna wrap it up there. This will probably be our most negative episode that we've done, and I'm sorry that we've had to do it this way, but it is what it is. We are fans. We feel this. It's emotions, but it's all come from a place of love. Like we love the team, which is why it hurts so much. I think that's it. Stay with us. Please like, comment, subscribe. What you think we should be doing as a team, this and that and the other. What you think we should be doing as a podcast. We'll be back for after the Canada game. We'll continue to cover, and we'll cover the World Cup as it goes on. And look, there's some real highlights, that have been happening. I've been just, a little positive note. Of it's not about Pakistan, but what can we do? Afghanistan looking good.
They're looking solid.
Amazing play.
I can see them into the semis.
At least semis.
At least
Australia's looking good.
Yeah, Australia.
No, but they look, but
They're-
they haven't changed. Is my point.
Yeah.
Like England, for example, at the moment looking a little bit like they might not make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Australia's going
And
solid.
Windies are actually, no one's talking about West Indies.
Windies,
People are very quiet about West
bro.
Indies, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, Darren Sammy and
Yeah.
his squad will just
Yeah,
get
they do
there,
something.
and you won't know they've turned up. They're looking really good.
They're in there. And
New
then,
Zealand look dead-id,
yeah,
if I'm honest. I think Afghanistan totally finished them off. Who else is the big teams? SA look okay. Sri Lanka,
a little shaky against Netherlands, but
Sri Lanka
Netherlands
need a
had
bit more. They're going through what we went through back in 2016ish.
Sri Lanka, Bangladesh obviously won one,
Bangladesh
but
looking
but,
okay.
but
Not
you know,
great, but
yeah,
looking okay.
I'm not sure they're going to make it all the way, obviously, or anything like that. But it's good to see. What I like to see, and what I love about a World Cup like this is watching those small teams, your Ugandas, your Papua New Guineas. When they do a little bit, even if it's not winning, it's just lovely to see that the sport.
A great over.
Yeah.
Or,
and on a flip, bro, like I say, like watching a game where USA, I mean, okay, look, yeah, it's crushing to watch us lose to them,
but they're great.
But
right
they're playing
now.
well, bro.
Because they're playing from the heart. Because they want to put their name on the map,
bro. They're all part timers, bro,
exactly.
And they're doing what they're doing. So
they're just normal workers that are
respect to them,
and they're not getting much money for.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So you've got to give credit to people.
Bro, I was
like
listening to one story quickly that one of the players for Canada, he drives all the way from Quebec. I think it's something like, I don't even know. I should know. I'm born in Canada, but it's about 3-4 hour drive to Toronto every weekend to play, bro.
Wow.
And imagine that there's probably not from pennies, you know what I mean? But they're doing it for love. And that's the thing. You see that on the pitch, and it's good to see them representing it. And I like a top tournament where I can get to see that kind of cricket.
But then you got flip side to that, and then you got Pakistan, who are privileged right now.
Of course, no, that's the problem. That's the problem.
The players are out there, branding is there, they're driving around nice cars.
They're chilling, bro.
They're living the high life, but what they forgot is all that has come from where? It's come from the fans backing the sport that they play, But anyway,
listen, we can move on. Next time we might have to discuss, or maybe after the World Cup, we can discuss this whole thing about two factions in the team, this, that, and the other. There's a lot to talk about.
There is.
But let's not go on today. Let's end on a positive note. Let's look forward to the next game and hope that we can get something out of at least one game and something to have a smile at least at the end of the tournament. Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, like I said before, and keep watching with us. As always,
back the pack.
Back the pack.